The screen opens to a quiet, digital world where glowing particles drift like dust in slow motion. In the center of this silent universe, the golden Bitcoin symbol rotates with a soft hum, suspended in darkness as if it were an artifact floating in deep space. The camera moves slowly around it, revealing subtle textures on its surface, the faint scratches and imperfections hinting at years of battles fought in the market. As the camera drifts forward, the Bitcoin symbol dissolves into thousands of tiny pixels that reassemble into a real candlestick chart. It stretches across the screen like a living organism, candles flickering, breathing, expanding, and contracting. Their movements resemble the heartbeat of something vast and ancient. The voiceover begins, calm, steady, almost like a teacher who has watched the market rise and fall for decades. Every candle you see on a Bitcoin chart isn't just a price movement. It's a decision. It's a struggle. It's the record of someone winning and someone losing. Hidden inside every move, inside every wick, is a story that most traders never see. But if you learn to read the story, the chart stops looking random. It becomes a language. And within that language, one of the deepest, most powerful elements is the order block. The camera zooms into a single bearish candle, magnifying it until the texture of the candle's body looks like the surface of metal. Then the chart shifts, and the next bullish candle engulfs the previous one with force, leaving a trail of luminous particles. The voice continues, an order block is not magic. It's not a rectangle someone draws to look smart. It's the footprint of institutional money. It's where the biggest players in the Bitcoin market leave their invisible signature. When they accumulate or distribute, they don't announce it, they don't tell the world, and they certainly don't move price gently. They leave a trace. A distorted candle. A moment of absorption. A sudden imbalance. And that trace becomes the place price returns to. A bearish candle freezes. The screen dims around it, leaving only that candle illuminated. A faint pulsing sound grows, like a heartbeat, before Bitcoin makes a major move. Before it explodes upward or crashes downward, there is almost always a candle that appears to go the wrong way. A downward candle before a massive rally. An upward candle before a violent collapse. That candle is not noise. It's not random. It is smart money collecting liquidity, trapping traders, and preparing for the real move. That candle becomes the order block. The chart transforms into a glowing 3D landscape of liquidity pools, blue pockets above, red pockets below, like underwater caves filled with energy. The voice becomes slightly deeper, carrying weight. When you trade Bitcoin, you are not trading candlesticks. You are trading power. And power belongs to those who can move the market, not those who react to it. The order block is the trail left behind by the ones who can move price, the ones who can create a rally or a collapse with a single wave of capital. The camera flies through a tunnel formed from green and red candles, passing through years of Bitcoin history, 2011, 2013, 2017, 2020, 2021, 2022. Each era shows the same recurring pattern, price exploding away from a key candle, then months later returning to that same candle's zone before moving again. These patterns repeat across Bitcoin's entire history. In the 2017 bull run, in the 2018 crash, in the violent COVID collapse of 2020, in the mania of 2021, and in the quiet consolidation phases that follow every extreme. Order blocks appear, price leaves them, price returns to them, and then the real move begins. It is the cycle beneath the cycle. The screen zooms into a bullish order block, an unassuming bearish candle at the bottom of a downtrend. Around it, the environment fades into a vast, empty warehouse made of shifting light. A bullish order block is the final moment of selling before big money flips direction. Institutions do not chase moves, they create them. When they want to push Bitcoin higher, they first push it lower to take liquidity. When they want to buy, they force others to sell. Inside this candle, inside this zone, they fill orders using the fear of the crowd. Particles swirl around the bearish candle as it glows softly, filled with hidden buy orders. When price eventually returns to this zone, it doesn't return by accident. It returns because the market is built on unfinished business. Institutions rarely fill their orders all at once. They need price to come back. They leave gaps, they leave imbalances, they leave traces. And price respects those traces because the market respects the weight behind them. A deep hum echoes through the scene as the camera transitions to a bearish order block high above. Bitcoin wicks tap into it with precision. A bearish order block forms when smart money distributes their holdings quietly. They let the market push upward. They let retail traders scream breakout. They let optimism swell like a balloon. And then, while everyone is buying, they sell. They sell slowly, carefully, invisibly. When their orders are filled, price collapses. That final bullish candle before the drop becomes the bearish order block. The chart shows wicks stabbing into the block like needles hitting a target, then price falling sharply each time. Order blocks aren't just rectangles. They are the psychological battleground between those who know how the market works and those who guess how the market works. They show where control shifted. They show where the push happened. They show where the real intentions were hidden. The camera now shifts to a view of Bitcoin's chart from a distance, like an entire city lit at night. Each order block glows like a district of influence. Every order block carries meaning. The untouched ones carry the most. The clean, fresh blocks that price has not yet returned to, those are the strongest magnets in the market. Every time price touches an order block, some of its power weakens. 2 touches weaken it further. 3 touches can kill it. Institutions do not revisit a zone endlessly. They take what they need and move on. A candle forms a long wick inside an order block. The screen vibrates gently as if reacting to tension. Inside an order block, your job is not to predict. Your job is to observe. Watch how price behaves inside the zone. Watch the wicks. Watch the speed. Watch volume. Smart money often uses quiet absorption, volume that doesn't spike dramatically but still shows hidden activity. Sometimes you will see displacement, an aggressive move leaving an imbalance behind. These clues reveal whether the order block is alive. Price approaches an order block slowly, wick by wick. In trading, patience is a superpower. Order blocks teach patience more than anything else. You don't chase the move. You wait for price to come home. Most traders lose money because they trade the middle. They trade the noise. They trade the emotion. But order block traders wait for price to return to the source, the origin of power. The camera pulls back. Bitcoin's historical data floats around as glowing lines. No matter what happens, news, manipulation, sudden rallies, panic crashes, price always respects the areas where big money left its mark. This is why order blocks work in every time frame. 1-minute charts, 15-minute charts, daily charts, weekly charts, they all follow the same invisible architecture. The scene fades into darkness except for a single glowing candle. Learning order blocks is not about memorizing patterns. It is about understanding the market's memory. The market remembers where the battles were fought. It remembers where giants placed their orders. And because the market remembers, price returns. A soft breeze-like sound plays as the candle flickers. Bitcoin is a chaotic market. It is unpredictable, emotional, volatile. But beneath the chaos, structure exists. Order blocks are part of that structure. They anchor price. They guide reversals. They mark the beginning and the end of major moves. When you learn to read them, the noise fades. The randomness fades. The illusion fades. The camera slowly pans across a glowing line of order blocks, some above, some below, all forming the hidden skeleton of Bitcoin's price movement. And once you begin to see these zones not as rectangles, but as stories, everything changes. You begin to see where the market was manipulated, where liquidity was hunted, where fear was created, and where strength was gathered. You see not what the chart shows, but what the chart hides. The camera rises above the entire chart like a drone lifting over a vast landscape. Every return to an order block is a return to origin. Every rejection from it is a signal of unfinished business. And every breakout through it is the sign of a power shift. The more you study them, the more you realize that order blocks are not just part of the market, they are the blueprint of the market. The screen goes fully dark for a moment. A single line appears in dim white text: price always returns to the place where the truth was written.